Hi, welcome back. My name's Dev, and today I'm going to talk about bioenergetics in comparison to doing yoga or to going to the gym. Things which I also do. So this is not just a purely competitive load of polemic, one thing is better than the other, all that kind of stuff. No, it's actually about the underlying psychology and what's really going on inside a lot of people's minds when they go to the gym or when they do yoga. And it's not a critique of the techniques themselves. I go to the gym, I do yoga, I do bioenergetics. They're all great. Let's look a little bit at the male side as I see it. How shall I put this? Well, how shall I put it out? Basically, what I see a lot with guys who go to the gym is they want to get strong. And on the surface, there seems to be nothing wrong with that, you know. I mean, who doesn't want to be strong? Who doesn't want to really feel like a man and like they can hold their place in the world? You know, it's natural. It's all good, it's cool. But what also I notice is that for a lot of guys who really get into the gym and getting their upper body in particular real strong, is that there are wounds, there are deep psychological wounds which have motivated their behavior. This I worked out basically from my work as a therapist and a workshop leader. Quite often I get big guys coming to my workshops. And these are workshops where there's a lot of emotional content where, for example, you might have to really scream and shout and confront other people, you know, not being punching anybody, but really going into your gut level energy and putting out your anger. And what I notice with a lot of guys who go to the gym is they're very controlled and they can't really get into their gut level feelings. This doesn't apply to everybody, but this applies to a lot of guys. I had a guy in a workshop last year, big fucking guy. I mean, my God, this guy was big, 6'3", something like this, massive, great muscles. I look at him, I think, no fucking way am I going to, get in an argument with this guy down the pub or something like that. No fucking way. And then I see him, in this exercise where you got to confront someone, stand about a meter apart and really get down and really let them have it shouting from your guts. And he just couldn't do it. It terrified the shit out of him. And if you went near him, he'd get ready to punch you, but he couldn't just express. And that's something you see a lot around the gymnasium scene. You can't really get into the gut level emotion because the underlying motivation psychologically is to make yourself strong to cover up the psychological wound on the inside. Maybe you had a bad childhood, maybe shit happened. That happened to a lot of people, happened to me for sure. And the belief is that if you can just get your body really fucking strong and tough, then, you'll cover up the wound and the wound will go away. No one will be able to get to you. Doesn't really work. The underlying woundedness remains inside the system. Nothing is being done, but you've created this suit of armor around you to try and keep the bad feelings out, to keep the woundedness, the pain, the hurt, whatever the feeling you believe is unacceptable. That's the male side a little bit, and the guys that go to the gym, and it's not about everybody. Going to the gym is great also, but there can be this tendency. And on the female side, what I notice again, it's the motivation into doing yoga, into really getting into yoga and having a daily practice and always having to go for it and to get your energy clean and straight and to drink the smoothies and everything. Again, it's the same principle. There's underlying trauma. There's underlying wounds there on an emotional level that haven't come to the surface, that haven't been healed. The feelings are deemed unacceptable, or the person has the experience that they go into emotional situations, they go down and they get fucked up. Maybe it's about guys or something like that. And then you just get in this fucked up space where you don't feel good about yourself and you go round and round in negativity, and maybe you're using food or other addictive behaviors to kind of try and keep yourself straight. You discover yoga and you get into your practice and you keep your body clean and it all feels good. It's the same as the gym. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you can't go into the feelings, when you can't go into the feelings in the gut, when you can't go into the feelings in the heart, you're still blocked. You can do yoga every day, you can go to the gym every day, but the blockages are still there. It's just that you're learning something to cover them over or to keep your energy moving in a healthy way. Which brings me on to bioenergetics, because that is radically and centrally different. Although on the surface, a lot of the exercises look like stuff you would do in yoga or look like stuff that you would do down the gym, it's different because it's intended to work on the holding patterns. And these are the imprints of trauma, of conditioning, of all the bad shit that's happened in your life where you haven't expressed the emotions, where you haven't let it go, where you've kept clinging on. and for whatever reason, you know, and it's all stored in your body, particularly around the back, particularly around the lower back, but all over, held in the muscle system. And you can work that energy a bit, but if you don't release it, then, you know, you're still blocked. You're still carrying around the old woundedness. And bioenergetics starts to release it. It works more with shaking the body in very funny positions. It works more with really, really breathing deeply into your belly whilst you're in some weird body position that opens you up. It starts to bring the feelings to the surface in a way that you can manage them and release them. So the shit comes out rather than just being rearranged or pushed back in or covered over with a big heavy suit of armor. The stuff, the negativity comes out, the old wounds come out. Your gut starts to open and you feel like you can really breathe. Your heart starts to open and you feel like you can really feel what's going on in your life on a heart level. So, you know, this is why bioenergetics is so great. It's so great. And with a daily practice of this, then you can really, really move forward. And it also gives you energy. It also gives you this feeling like you get from the gym, the endorphin rush, where you've, okay, I'm ready to really kick some ass today and get my job done. It gives you all this as well. So my prediction is that bioenergetics is really something big time for the future of humanity. It's fucking great. And I'm going to be starting running some actual workout videos on YouTube soon, where you can just sit down for 20 minutes and just do a load. You know, you put YouTube on and you just follow it instead of having to kind of watch the pose. I will talk you through it and show you how it goes in real time. Okay, so that's my little burst today. I hope it wasn't too much polemic or whatever. I really, really believe in what I do, and I like to do what I really believe in. I think that's the greatest gift that you can have in life. Thank you for watching. Over and out.